अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। कैसे हैं आप लोग? My name is Fayaz Ahmed and I am sales and marketing trainer with an experience of 23 years in sales and marketing. I have been affiliated with different multinational and national pharmaceutical companies. I worked for about 8 years in sales, and then rest of my career is in brand management or in management of sales and marketing. So, as I shared in my earlier video, that I see a lot of people who seek advice from seniors when who want to join marketing or who want to become product manager. So, for them, I have designed this session. So, let's start. First of all, we have to see what are the roles of a product manager. The product belongs to the brand manager or the product manager. Product manager and brand manager both are same in pharmaceutical, at least in pharmaceutical. And in FMCG, mostly brand manager word is being used, but now in pharmaceutical, they also use this word brand manager less frequently. More common word is product manager. जो प्रोडक्ट है उस प्रोडक्ट की पैकेजिंग है, उसकी लुक है, प्राइस है, उसकी मार्केटिंग है, उसका ब्रांड प्लान है, customer and customer relationship with the brand of the segregated loyalty. ये तमाम चीजें एक प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. He or she is responsible to in certain cases identify the product, then get that product developed. After getting it developed, its packaging, its look, its features, those are being added or taken care by a product manager. Its price, looking at the market, and then its marketing, its brand plan, these are all responsibilities of a product. The role of a product manager after identifying a product, in case he or she is launching a new product, in certain cases you join as a product manager, and then there are several products which are already being marketed by that company and you are being assigned those. So what you have to do, you have to create a sustainable competitive advantage of your product over competition in the market. And then there is all in that case where product is already being launched, then you have to improve the perceived value. And the improvement in perceived value not only make it a brand, improve its equity, but also it's grow its price and loyalty. Customers' expectation and satisfaction should be your prime objective with reference to your new product, or if you are marketing any product which is already there in the market. The core values of the product. Every product have certain core values, certain features, certain things which it promises with its customers. So brand manager is responsible to convey all those to the customers, and through its positioning. You know what positioning is? How you want your customers to perceive your product in comparison to the competition. Core values should be conveyed to the customer, and customer should perceive the product the way it's being marketed or the way it's being planned to the way it's being produced. And then with that, the brand manager achieves word of mouth. When you get word of mouth, then people are also advertising your product. You must have seen that then in certain cases when you are discussing in your friend circle that, for example, I need a mobile. So then there are certain friends who would recommend you that you should buy Samsung, and then there are certain friends who would recommend you that you should buy iPhone. So it means that those friends or those people with whom you are discussing about that you want to buy a mobile, they have become advocate of that. That is word of mouth. That people are recommending that. Not only the company that is saying that the product is good, but people are also saying that the product is good and you should buy it. In pharmaceutical marketing, primarily you are being hired to promote a brand or certain brands or a set of product. Even in that case, you have to brand the market, the brand, the company as well. ओके तो लेकिन उस केस में भी आपको अपनी कंपनी को भी ब्रांड करना होता है. कंपनी की ब्रांडिंग इसलिए जरूरी है कि वंस द कंपनी इज बीइंग सोल्ड, द प्रोडक्ट्स आर बीइंग सोल्ड मोर कन्वीनियंटली. फॉर एग्जांपल, टेक एन एग्जांपल कि अगर आपको आप किसी सुपरमार्केट में जाते हैं या किसी जनरल स्टोर पे जाते हैं जहाँ पे एक नया ब्रांड चॉकलेट का रखा हुआ है, मुनासिब पैकेजिंग है, अच्छी पैकेजिंग है, इट हैज सर्टेन प्रोमिसेस कि इसमें कुछ फॉर एग्जांपल ड्राई फ्रूट है या कैरामल है और समथिंग, और उसके कॉर्नर पे जो कंपनी का नाम है वो लिखा हुआ है एबीसी स्वीट्स. तो इफ एबीसी स्वीट्स क्या लेंगे, एबीसी स्वीट्स तो शायद है, बट इफ इट्स एन अननोन कंपनी तो कितने चांसेस हैं कि आप वो नई चॉकलेट ट्राई करें. और अगर उसके कॉर्नर पे लिखा हुआ है नेस्ले, तो कितने चांसेस हैं कि आप उसको ट्राई करें. ओके, उसके कॉर्नर पे लिखा हुआ है हिलाल, तो कितने परसेंट चांसेस है कि आप उसको ट्राई करें. विच मीन अगर कंपनी की ब्रांडिंग हो जाए तो उसकी आने वाली प्रोडक्ट की सक्सेस रेट बढ़ जाती है. लाइकवाइज इन फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री, when new products are from Abbott, from Gad, from Martindale, from AGP, from Sami, from Hilton, and other these reputed companies, then the success rate of that product definitely increases. it can also be a service that in case of hotel industry, in case of airline industry, they are selling their services. They are selling their like the hotel is selling their services. They have a product definitely, but the more valued is their service, because then the size of room and the bed can be, or even the furniture can be same in two hotels, but what makes them superior or inferior is their level of service. So a brand manager may have to sell corporate, may have to sell a service or a product. What the cycle is that, first of all, the brand manager targets the suspects. The suspects are those who may be your possible buyers. And then you target the prospects, or you do prospecting. That in those suspects, those are the prospects whom you think are or can be ideal buyer of your product. And then you identify or target buyers from those prospects, try to make those buyers your customers. And when they become your customer, then you try to go towards brand advocacy. The way I was sharing the example of Samsung and iPhone, that then there are certain friends who advocate the brand. It means that they become their advocates. You have done MBA or you have done your Pharm-D and now you are pursuing your careers. तो हम उस तरफ जाते हैं सबसे पहले कि आपको अपना सीवी कैसे बनाए. ब्रांड मैनेजमेंट पे तो मजीद कुछ डिस्कशन करेंगे, लेकिन अपना सीवी फ्रेंड्स who are already part of previous sessions, so let me just currently focus on those new participants who are planning to join marketing. Yeah, there are some old friends, I can see them there. But so today we'll not have question answer session in the middle. We'll have it at the end. So templates, there are many templates. You can use any of the template which is there, but try to use a simple template. Don't try to use a template, lot of boxes, lot of colors. You should always mention a summary or objective in the beginning. Usually people do. But what they do, they mention in their objective that I'm joining to learn. And this tells that what you want from the company. Joining to learn. The university is over. So now the learning has a cost. Ultimately, you should mention something that how you can be beneficial for the company. Everyone in the market is looking for what is in it for me. So you should put on your CV that what is in it for the company. Okay. Stats and figures, like if you have certain achievements, if you have some experience previously with the corporate, so you can mention the stats and figures what you achieve, or otherwise you can achieve the projects which you did during your academic career or during your MBA. Sharpen your skill set. The reason is that you will apply. Initial thing is that you should it should be an attractive CV, and people should call you for that. And after that, once you are in the interview, then the next thing is, okay, now you are in the interview. Everybody is there with Pharm-D and MBA. What skills you have? What skills make you superior than others that you should be hired? Add links to your work if you have done something, like if you have done something on social media, if you have done something on YouTube. So do mention its links so people can see what you have done. Keep the education section simple until you have something extraordinary like 4 GPA or gold medal. Then otherwise keep it simple with just degrees and the dates, and keep it on the single page. Maximum 2-page CV. Like if I have spent 23 years in the industry and I have worked on 9-10 positions, but my CV is 2 page. So it should not increase 2 page for any level, or with a person who is having any level of experience. But in your case, in fresh graduates case, the CV should ideally be of 1 page, maximum. Now, in the interview, in coming classes, we'll discuss about the interview in detail. But remember one thing: be yourself. In certain cases, we take feedback from others. We help, we request our seniors or others that they should help us in our interview, and they help us to prepare certain things. When they're expressing certain things we like or we like the style of somebody, you don't have to copy it. You have to be yourself. You should take points from that you should be confident. You should sit with confidence on the chair with um, your hands on stable. You should have a good eye contact. You should listen properly. You should respond properly. You should prepare well. Do all these things, but be yourself in it. Don't try to copy anyone, or don't try to show things which you have not done or which you cannot do. Because in next 3 questions, the interviewer may guess or may come to know that you have just mentioned it for the sake of interview and you cannot do it. In that case, it will put a bad impression. Only mention those things, but you In certain cases, we see CVs where the CV is being copied from a friend, and after copying, when you are modifying it, like you're mentioning your degrees, you're mentioning your experiences, certain people forget to delete certain things. And when you ask them, okay, have you done this? It means that that CV was copied and that experience remained undeleted. So you have to be very careful with your CV. Do read it twice or thrice before sending it to someone, and do mention what you have done and what you can. Okay. During the interview, and there are certain tips that, first of all, as I shared, be confident. In the beginning of interview, mostly interviewers ask that you would like to have a cup of tea, coffee, or water. Usually, what we say, "Oh, sir, thanks," right? You should say, "Okay, sir, at least a glass of water." Like if they insist, you can go for tea as well or coffee as well. But if they do not insist, you can just request for a simple glass of water and put this in front of you. There's a reason for putting this class, that in certain cases when you are being asked any question and you think that you need 5 seconds to compose your answer, what you do, you take a sip from that glass of water, and this give you 5-7 seconds where you can compose your answer. In certain cases where you think that you need to think on the question, don't remain silent. You may ask that, can you please repeat the question, or can you please elaborate the question? The third thing is that sometimes we are being asked that introduce yourself. Introduce yourself is usually asked, number one, to see your communication, like how you communicate. It's usually done in English, even if the interview is mixed language, it is in mixed language, like Urdu or in English, but introduction is usually in English. Here, your fluency of English, your communication capabilities are being observed. So always try to start with your recent experience, if you're having an experience, or with your recent internship or management training experience or whatsoever done recently, and then go backwards. After that, your education, and then about your family background if asked. So after that, when you are being asked questions, try to be honest. The questions where you have an answer, give the answer for those questions. And for those which you do not have an answer, you can tell that I have not experienced this thing yet. But try to prepare well. That's why we are conducting this session. So you should at least know basics of everything, and you can contribute at least a little in response to every question. अब हम सीवी और इंटरव्यू के बाद दोबारा थोड़ा सा आते हैं कि उस सीवी उस इंटरव्यू में जो चीजें पूछी जाती है उसमें से क्या हो सकता है. अगेन अ वेरी कॉमन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम अ ब्रांड मैनेजर, हाउ वुड यू लॉन्च अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट. New product launch is always challenging for even experienced product. So what you do, you always start with research. You do research that which product is in demand, which product is in need, which product is recently being approved by FDA to be marketed, and how about its patents? Can it be launched in other countries or not? And once then you analyze it on through primary research, or in most of the cases through secondary research. IQVIA, which was previously called IMS, has the industry data from where you see that which disease is more frequent, which disease is growing, which indication is happening more frequently, which products are being used more frequently now, and what's the growth of those products, what is the growth of that segment. From there, you identify that which is the ideal product that I have to launch in coming 1 year. You know that product identification, its development, its stability, and its application in trap, this all takes at least 1 year, and normally 2 years. So you have to always go for futuristic products. That's why I said that you have to see which product is being approved by FDA. In certain cases, there could be a very successful product which is not getting your company. You may have to launch that as well. So in this research, you see all these things, and then you identify a product, then you recommend it to your business development department, regulatory authority department. They coordinate production, that can you produce this product. This product is being developed initially, and after development, it's on stability, and then in the meanwhile, you're working on its packaging, its pre-marketing, and other things. When it's being manufactured, then you have 1 to 3 months to launch it, and you make its brand plan. Brand plan is the main job or main document that brand manager has to take care for the whole year. And brand plan development should be on your tips when you're going for an. Once brand plan is being made, then you prepare the training, because training the field force is also the responsibility of a product manager. So you prepare the training for your field force so they can convey the message properly, and you also improve your technical expertise, because when you training your team, you should be technically expert. You should be able to answer their questions, and at the same time, you may have to go and deliver presentations to group of doctors. So your own technical expertise and your knowledge about the product, its disease, its side effects, and everything on top. Okay, after that, there are 3 phases I shared. First phase is pre-launch, where product is being identified, developed, training is being prepared, its pre-launch activities are being done, and then you start marketing it. Like you start with a teaser. You must have seen even in consumer marketing कि बहुत मर्तबा आप बाहर जाते हैं होर्डिंग पे लिखा होता है कमिंग सून, या उस ब्रांड का कोई एक वर्ड लिखा होता है. उस प्री लॉन्च एक्टिविटी से क्या होता है कि लोगों को अंदाजा हो जाता है कि एक प्रोडक्ट आ रही है, और जब आपकी प्रोडक्ट आती है तो पहले से उसको वेलकम करने के लिए तैयार होते हैं. प्री लॉन्च एक्टिविटी की बहुत सी आपने मिसालें कंज्यूमर मार्केटिंग में भी, फार्मास्यूटिकल में भी देखी हो, जहां पर इनिशियली लेट मी जस्ट गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. शान की एक प्रोडक्ट है तेज लाल रेड चिली पाउडर. जो प्री लॉन्च एडवर्टाइजमेंट थी उनकी वो थी ये लाल नहीं तेज लाल, एंड पीपल वर गेसिंग इट लाल नहीं तेज लाल है, क्या प्रोडक्ट आ रही है, and then it was Shan's Tez Lal. So likewise in pharmaceutical industry, sometimes you highlight the indication, sometimes you highlight any feature of the product in the launch campaign, and then the product is properly being launched, which is launched with a meeting with your field force, where you train them, you see their preparation on the promotional material that you have designed, and you motivate them with the different activities. You try to equip them with product training, product related training, and selling skills with it. Okay, probiotics of Sanofi have recently done pre-launch. Okay, after Enterogermina, they are launching more probiotics, and for those they have done pre-launch. Then the proper launch occurs. Again, one thing the product manager also has to see that the product is being made available through distribution or not. Because if on launching date, if you have done your marketing and everything, and the prescription goes out, if it's not available at chemist level, then it will be a big problem. And in post-launch, you monitor that how the product is going, how it's performing at each town territory accordingly, and then you also see that either your strategy is working. Okay, data analysis is another core job of brand manager. They receive a lot of data, internal data about the product sale in different areas, like as I shared earlier in IMS, in comparison to competition, in comparison to market. You gather this data, you compile this data, the brand managers analyze these keenly. They drive inferences function. Importance is inference because data can be seen by anyone, but inference you are driving. And if that inference done analysis being done well, then your strategy will be perfect. The brand manager is reference to each product. Reference to each product means कि उससे ज़्यादा उस product के ऊपर की knowledge किसी doctor के पास, किसी office के बंदे के पास, किसी के पास should be or she should be most knowledgeable person about the product, its relevant diseases, its competition, prices, and everything. Okay, so that person should be price of reference. The brand manager should convey the knowledge to field force as much required, and also make them able to deliver that to them. And he or she may also deliver presentation to group of doctors to help convince on the product and help their field force, especially the key opinion leaders, the key accounts. Marketing research. In certain cases, you have to do a primary marketing research where you design your research and convey surveys or conduct different researches about the product, about the disease with doctors. Or otherwise, you do it through secondary data, which is available in IMS or IQVIA, and from there you see it through different angles that what are the prescription trends and what changes are coming. And that's a very key role of a brand. When you make a brand plan, in brand plan you start with executive summary, with situation analysis. You analyze the data, you see that which indication is being prescribed, which doctors are prescribing which product in which indication, and then you after gathering all data and all after having the inferences from all those charts, you design your own strategy. The strategy has 3 parts. First is segmentation, then targeting, and to identify that you will be marketing this product in which segment, in gynae, in surgery, in pediatrics, in orthopedics, or number or general physicians, how many number of segments will be covered. Then which doctors are customers will be targeted. For example, your product is expensive with a premium price, then definitely you will target those consultants who are practicing in posh areas or who have clientele who can buy your product. And then you decide your positioning, that how you want your customer to perceive your product. In our case, it's customer, doctor, and then consumer, patient. In certain cases, you also target the consumer, who later on, if the product is being purchased again and again. You design campaigns for that. What's a campaign? In certain cases, people just find a good picture and make a literature on that, find a good gift. You must have seen these gifts at doctor's table or doctor's clinic most of the time. a clock or a pen holder or something. But a campaign is a different thing, an organized course of action to promote and sell a product or service, like your literature, your promotional material, your tab, your digital material on your tab, your giveaway, your activity, your CRMs, all should be focused towards one goal, and their target should be one. Forecasting, like when you will be making a brand plan, you will forecast that how much sale will you achieve in first year, second year, third year, how much market share will you grab in first year, and how much expenses will you need to execute your campaigns and activities for that. So this is all forecasting, which is the responsibility of a brand manager. Forecasting has then different types and ways that we will study in future. Okay, skills. The brand manager should have a problem-solving skills, because there are sometimes problem in product, there are sometimes problem being raised from customers, and sometimes problem being raised from team. So the person should be a problem, should have the abilities to solve all those problems amicably. The analytical skills of a product manager should be good. Leadership, because nobody is reporting to him or her, but he or she is the leader of the brand, leader of the team, without any, you can say that, line management. The communication should be excellent, coordination with the team and other departments, because you have to see the product is being sold greater than expectation, then production has to produce more. If the product is is not being sold with the speed which you are expecting, then in that case you may have to reduce the production and relevant. Then you have to prioritize, because the brand manager always has a lot of tasks, in certain cases more than one product. You have to prioritize which product you have to focus and which tasks you have to prioritize. Okay. Another skill, the brand manager should be creative. Creativity should be at the top, because you attract customer with new things. You also engage your team with the new things. If not creativity is not possible in any case, then you should be innovative. What is innovation? Doing the same thing with modification, with a new way. And your campaign should be very creative, very innovative, very intercoordinated, and this will give you a lot of experience, and this will give you name and fame. Product knowledge, as I shared earlier, that there should be no one else who should have better product knowledge than product manager. The brand manager should be technology savvy, because now you know that not directly promoting the product on social media, but we are doing a lot of activities on social media. A lot of companies are not using the card folders; they're using tablets to promote their product. So a brand manager should be technology savvy. The communication skills should be excellent. Not only he should be a good talker, but a good listener as well. So he can or she can listen to what the team is saying, what the communication is coming, what the feedback is coming. He should be straight talking. Non-verbal communication should also be good, and he should be expert at stress management, because he will be having a lot of pressure when especially launching a product or launching a campaign, and he or she should have emotional. There are certain people who say that profits or targets or numbers are not the responsibility of a brand manager. It's not true, because whatever you are doing, whatever campaign you're running, all are for the profits, or all are for the sales. And in certain cases, where other companies which are having already big brands, if they are spending right and left, you don't have to do it, because you are coming with a new product. So successful people never worry about what others are doing, but they see what their product is, what their target is, and how much they have to spend. Sometimes you don't have to go with an expensive campaign, but a creative campaign is more successful, which is not that expensive. Your reaction to different situation is always very important if you want to grow, if you want to be a successful product manager and then grow later. And for that, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Like if in today's Sunday and you are attending this session, you have compromised your rest, you may have compromised your meal with a friend, or maybe with someone at the family. So you took just 30 minutes like from your life just to learn. I don't know, definitely it's a very small session. You will at least, maybe you will not learn a lot of things, but you will at least get a direction what you have to. You have to get out of comfort zone even when you are at job. So then you will be successful. And when people say this cannot be done, you should say that I will do. Okay, what's the way forward? As I shared in my video message and my text messages, that this is just the beginning. I will be definitely conducting such free short sessions as well on different topics, like on campaigns, on brand plans. So those who are fresh graduates who want to be in marketing in future can learn. But from next Sunday, I'll be conducting second session. You know that I conducted first session during last month. It ended in Ramzan. which was for those graduates who have done Pharm-D or who have done MBA or who are currently working in QA, QC, or RA and now want to move to marketing. For those, we had like this presentation had a very short discussion on everything, but that 5-day class, 5 classes on 5 Sundays. So the class is usually 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and we discuss everything in detail: how brand plan is being made, how campaigns are being made, how you have to modify your CV, how you have to sit in the interview, and then we also give assignment of making brand plans and evaluate those brand plans later. So for that, we are starting a class from next Sunday. Its registration form is available on my LinkedIn and Facebook advertisement, wherever I have given advertisement for this free session. Its registration form is also there. So if you want to get detailed training on how to become a brand manager or prepare for the interview, then you can join that course. And I wanted you to have an idea through this presentation that what you will learn. If you think this is worth learning, then in that case, you can join the complete course, which is starting from next time. So in today's session, I tried to introduce marketing to fresh graduates and those who want to become product manager, and also gave a brief idea that how product management works. So for those who have done Pharm-D or who have done masters in science subjects and after MBA they want to join marketing as product manager, I guess that these tips will help you a little bit. But if you want to know what product management is in detail, or you want to get trained for the interview of product management with your grip on all these subjects, then we have designed a 5-class session, 5-class complete course, and this will commence from coming Sunday, May 23rd. In this, what we will do is that we'll be briefing about all these in detail, that how brand plans are being made. You will be given also the assignments that you have to make your own brand plan. And then we will discuss a couple of brand plans in our sessions, that how they are being made or what are the area of improvements. Beside this, individually, all of you will be sending me your brand plans for review and suggestions. I'll be doing ranking of brand plans. These brand plans will help you a lot in your coming interviews. And in certain cases, when you are giving interview of a product manager, you are being given an assignment that you have to make a brand plan for a new launch or any of the existing products. Your resume, that is the first thing that attracts the company, and they invite you. We'll be discussing how resume should be made, and then I will also be reviewing and suggesting changes or if required in your resume. We'll be conducting mock interviews during the sessions or off the session, because to each participant I give 15 to 30 minutes separately, where they can practice their interview. They can practice the questions which are being asked for the interview during the interview of product management. Then you can also see my guidance on your profile, like how you have to make your LinkedIn profile, and then I'll be also giving you real feedback. Real feedback is very important, that where you are standing today and what you need to do, how you need to prepare for to appear for the interview of product manager, or even if you have joined as a product manager and you think that you are not skilled enough to execute your duties, then I hope that this program will also help you in that case. So these are the details of this course, that you will be learning 4 job responsibilities: basic of brand management and brand plan, marketing, research, data and analysis, campaign and strategies, resume development, interview preparation, and mock interviews. The classes will commence from May 23rd and will continue till June 20th. Class will be for 1 hour from 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And for this, you'll have to fill a registration form. With this video in comment section, you will find the registration form. With this, everyone, I will end today's presentation here. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon in complete course for product management preparation. And I will also appreciate if you can give me feedback for this presentation and the other presentation which are there on my YouTube channel. So I can also improve myself. The continuous improvement, you know that the improvement is a continuous process and everyone has to improve. So I'll request your feedback in comment section here on LinkedIn or Facebook. Thank you.